opened some doors for me in my life that probably would have never been opened. You know, number one, the door to his home, and just to step into my new world. You know, I was just like 20 when all that's happening. I was like 21 when the Layla album was recorded. So we were playing old man's blues, and all of us was in our 20s, playing like we were 9. You know, gee. But all these things, they come from this invisible creative principle, love, Muhammad, whatever you want to call this thing. This, what you cannot see, hear, taste, touch, or smell. It really, I'm intrigued with the whole concept of an invisible universe, because in fact that's what it is. All of what we see is just an outward manifestation of the concept. Like this building that we're in, somebody had to get the idea of it, the structure of it, and draw it out. And someone else had to understand that, the invisible thing behind that was behind it. Like everything, our cars, bridges, everything that the art, all of the incredible art that we have in sculpture, it's amazing. But there's that creative principle that's behind it all, that inspiration, intuition, gut feeling, God, Muhammad, whatever you want to call it, You don't have to call it anything, call it, God seems to work. Holy Spirit, that thing that animates our very bodies, that thing that is listening to the words that are being said through me, Bobby Whitlock. That's just the name of my form, My name and who I am does not define me by any means, because I can't see me. You can't see me just like I can't see you. I'm seeing out through these eyes, and you're looking back through yours. And we're all one soul in here, and we're sharing this wonderful experience in our lives. And I will leave this room yet one more time a better man than when I walked into it, and I'll have each and every one of you to thank for it, for just sharing this parenthetical moment. What a beautiful, beautiful moment we're having this very one.
Yay for us!
Yeah. When we did the Layla album, I've told this story numerous times. It's never the same. Nothing is ever the same. Like our sets, what comes through here, I haven't got a clue what we're going to do. It just happens. I don't know what's going to be said. I just know that I'm a part of this activity. Just like when we were doing the Dominos, we used to jam before we played each number, before we were recording or anything. And we didn't have tuners like we have here. We had to tune up in front of everybody. Backstage, but you always had to tune up after each song. It was like, like landing on. But so we'd break into a jam, and man, it'd be all over with the shouting. And there was a lot of that going down with that band. Nobody knew who we were until we left, and then they never forgot it, But that band didn't last very long, but it made an important mark. And it's testimony to the fact that there was something at work there that was greater than all of us put together, because we were doing everything within our power to destroy that record. Believe it. So this truth, there is a God, because it was God that's doing all the playing and singing and writing on that record, because we were too screwed up to do it. This is true, Although we had ourselves, Eric wrote a thing, I read something where he wrote, yes, we were real fit then, we was in the sauna and everything and all that, But we didn't have to play, give Tom Dad but 4 hours of our time that we weren't drinking or doing any drugs or anything. Well, of course we were in the sauna and laying by the beach. That's about all you can do, when you're wiped out. Just make sure that the sauna door don't have an outside lock on it. It's kind of scaring me, They scare me. That's spooky stuff in the sauna. See if there's any broom handles around. Well, we did a jam on when we were recording the Layla album, And we did that down in Miami at Criteria Studios. And we did one of our jams that we typically do. It's kind of like a real kind of Latin groovy thing. Just a really groovy thing. And it was never the same. But we was warming up. We were warming up. And they were recording it and getting ready to move on to something else. And Eric says, hey man, let me put another guitar on here. So he was playing through a little pig nose amp. It was actually a prototype. The guy that invented them brought two of them, one for Dwayne and one for Eric. They ran on batteries and they had a little rubber nose, no tone or anything like that. It's just that was it. And his playing was quieter than my voice is. So it had to be real, real quiet when it was going down. And that was everywhere. It had to be real quiet. And then he put down one track and it was phenomenal. And then he didn't even look up. He said, put another track in. And back thing, boom, boom, another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. And it was absolutely, I see it now. I can see the picture, the colors of the music. I see that. I see music as a picture in my mind. And all of it is colors. And I could see it as plain as I can see you. And when that thing was finished, it was the most incredible, it was a masterpiece. It was watching him at work, watching the master at work. And it was a masterpiece. Wow. Then they were going to not use it. Said they were going to can it. And I said, oh no. Because we were going to it was only going to be a one-record album. And we didn't have enough songs for one record, much less two. And so I said, give me a few minutes. And I took a yellow notepad and a pencil and I went out into the foyer of Criteria and all the words fell out. And it didn't take very long because it was about my life and I hadn't had much experience, so all I could talk about was laughing and playing in the streets and not knowing anything, you know. So all these words just came out, the melody and everything. Went back in the studio and they were waiting on me to come back in and just start singing. Well, which I did, but I stopped in the middle of the verse and said, hey man, come on out here and let's do our thing. You know, we had like a White Salmon Day thing, and he'd sing one, I'd sing one, we'd sing it together, you know. And he came out and we did it in one take, you know, and keep on growing.